What the hell is Saw Sports or whatever that last call was talking about? What the hell is that?
Guys are from Free Love, man.
What is up, Sauce Nation? It is your boy Hector Flores coming at you with a video, and we're going to talk about the Houston Dash, and they are in their first ever championship game. That is correct. This is the furthest this team has ever gone in their history. So it's huge for them. So they deserve all our support. It's going to be big. The game will be this Sunday, July 26th, I believe is the date, and it's going to be at 11:30 a.m. Central Time on CBS. So make sure you guys are giving your guys support to the Houston Dash, as they're going to try to finish it off with a bang by lifting a trophy, hopefully. And it is a very interesting opponent, as they're taking on the Chicago Redstars with former Houston Dash player Kalia Ohai Watt. That is correct. The wife of Justin James Watt and sister-in-law to Brian Cushing plays for the Chicago Redstars. Now, this was a matchup that was going to originally happen in the prelims, but due to Orlando having to bow out from the tournament, did not happen. And weirdly enough, this is where it's going to happen in the championship game. So we're going to first talk about the game against Portland, then we're going to go ahead and talk about the Chicago Redstars, what to expect for them. Obviously, my key is to win this game, and that's really all you need to know about this. So if you guys want more content on the other teams here in H-Town, like the Astros, the Dynamo, the Rockets, or any other team in the Houston and Houston area like the Houston Dash, then please subscribe to Sauce Sports TV. Make sure you click on that notification bell so you'll be notified when we drop videos like this, and as well as when we do our live streams every Tuesdays and Thursdays around 6 p.m. Central Time. If you guys want a little bit more interaction from guys like me and Ed Honcho and other guys from the Roundtable, then make sure you guys join the Patreon. Sign up for that $5 tier. It'll put you on our Discord, where you will talk to not only us but other Discord members. Conversations do get heated, but it's all love in the end. We're all fans of Houston. That's all that matters at the end of it all. So if you guys want that, make sure you do that, and as well, make sure you subscribe to all our social medias. So on Instagram and Twitter at Sauce Sports HTX, and the Sauce Sports Facebook group. So without further ado, let's get going with this video. Alright, so before we get talk about the final, we got to talk about the game that got us in the final, which was the 1-0 victory over the Portland Thorns. It was a very intense game defensively. I think both teams played well. Props to both teams, but the Dash ended up getting it. You can call it lucky or not, but sometimes you need luck in these big games, and I think that it was great that the Dash were that team. But let's go ahead and talk about their stats. So the Dash had a total of 12 shots, 4 of them on target. I like that. I like that they're taking shots. That's been the thing I've been asking for this whole time. The fact that they're creating opportunities, that's big. They were able to find their spots, pick and choose their battles. It was a great game. Shout out to Prince, man. She did a phenomenal job. I think she was able to exploit her side very well, and obviously, you know, the fact that both her and Daly had to go up against Megan Klingenberg, a solid fullback, you know, obviously a women's national team player and World Cup champion, and for them to be able to do so well against Megan Klingenberg was huge for them. So yeah, solid performance. They were caught offsides once again, huge improvement for me. I like that the chemistry is getting better with the Houston Dash. That's a good sign. They had 1 yellow card, and it was just, it should have been both ways. It should have been one for Rachel Daly and one for Megan Klingenberg. So at this point, this is the final, so yellow cards doesn't necessarily affect them in any way, but it's still something to look at. They had a possession of 38%. Now, that may seem bad to you, but the fact that they were mostly playing off the counterattack usually means that they're not going to be the most possessive team in the game. And you know what? If you're going to win, if you're going to do counterattack, at least you're winning games. And I think that that's something to highlight as well. But aside from that, man, just a great game overall. Very intense game. Went all the way down to the 69th minute, which was very nice in my opinion. Rachel Daly scored a goal off of a set piece. Hey, like I said, some people may call that a lucky goal, but you know, like I said, sometimes you need luck to win games, and I think the Dash did a very good job against a team that has a lot of playoff experience and obviously isn't someone to take lightly. And I think that a win is a win no matter how you look at it. But so that's what got them to the championship game. So let's go ahead and talk about their opponent, the Chicago Redstars. So the Chicago Redstars finished this tournament in 7th place with 1 win, 1 draw, and 2 losses. And in the prelim standings, allowed 3 goals and scored 2, giving them a goal differential of -1. Obviously, Chicago Red Stars kind of came into a very shaky start, but you know, still managed to win a game to be at least not the 8th seed and not face against the North Carolina Courage. Now, the Chicago Red Stars isn't necessarily a bad team. Now, remember, for those who don't know, the Chicago Red Stars were in the final last year against the North Carolina Courage, so they do know what it takes to go far in these playoff formats and know how to handle their business. Unfortunately, they didn't win the championship last year, but still, they have once again experience. So this is another experienced playoff team that the Dash will be taking on. Now, throughout the whole, their whole run to now, the Chicago Red Stars have scored 5 goals. This is only in regulation time, not counting penalties. Have scored 5 goals, have allowed 5 goals, have had 35 shots, 15 of them on target, had a possession of 50%, has committed 40 fouls, yikes, and have been caught offsides 7 times. Once again, this is going to be a very aggressive team, very defensive oriented. When you think of the Chicago Red Stars, as far as their defense, obviously they have Nairn, the goalkeeper, who is a women's national team goalkeeper. Actually, the goalkeeper that won the previous World Cup. They also have Ertz, who happens, obviously Zach Ertz's wife, who also, Julie Ertz, also happens to play for the Chicago Red Stars. Another former Dash player in Morgan Bryant, though I believe she actually took her husband's last name, so I don't know what the last name is off the top of my head, but another women's national team soccer player as well. And of course, Kalia Ohai Watt, wife of JJ Watt and sister-in-law to Brian Cushing. So that is the team that they have, and like I said, they at least were able to. They have playoff experience, which is one of their big advantages for them. In their last game that they had, which they played against the Sky Blue FC, they had a total of 5 shots, 3 on target, had a possession of 64%, committed 6 fouls, had 2 yellow cards, were caught offsides twice, and obviously scored 3 goals. Now, Sky Blue, though, they took 7 shots, 2 of them on target, obviously scored 2 goals. They were actually at a point where they looked like they were going to come back in this game, but that didn't happen, obviously, since they lost. So the thing to take away from this is that the fact that the Chicago Red Stars can possess the ball. What's the advantage there for the Dash? Obviously, we know the Dash can do well off the counterattack, especially when they press high. So I think that this could be a very interesting matchup. It's 2 very contrasting styles of play, which is going to be interesting to see who does it. So let's go ahead and go to my keys to win this game. Alright, so my keys to this game is counterattack. That is the important one right now for me, because of the fact that we know that the Chicago Red Stars can be a possessive team. So that means that the Dash need to do their best and definitely win the counterattack game. I think if you're able to exploit the counterattack, especially with the speed that you have with Prince and Rachel Daly, could be huge for them and could be a big advantage for them going into this game. Number 2 is obviously play pure disciplined defense, and I mean as a unit itself. I'm not talking about specifically the back line. I'm talking about everybody on the field. Everybody plays defense, and so everyone needs to play solid defense, because like I said, this team has a lot of experience. They know what it takes to go far in the playoffs. So this is a team that you cannot make any mistakes off. Let mistakes happen, and if those mistakes happen, you got to move quick and recover to make sure that nothing bad happens, which I think the Dash were able to prove that they can do that, especially against Portland. And number 3, I'm just going to keep going back to it, man. You got to keep taking shots, man. Take shots, create opportunities. Hey, man, sometimes you need luck. This might be one of those games that you might need a little bit of luck to win this game, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that these are going to be 2 very good matchups. I think it's going to be a very intense game. Obviously, it should be. It's a final. But the fact that I think that this is a game that's going to be very intense, and I think sometimes in those kind of games, you just need that little bit of luck, and that's not saying anything negative. That's just saying that might be how the game works. But I think if the Dash are able to do those three things, once again, utilize the counterattack, play disciplined defense, especially if you're going to be using the counterattack, your defense has to be pristine out there on the field. And then, of course, take shots, man. Especially when you have those opportunities in front of goal. Take those shots. Nair is going to be a very tough goalkeeper to face off against. Obviously, she's a World Cup winning goalkeeper. She knows what she's doing. So you got to definitely give her, if you're gonna what is it, basically you got to hit her with your best shot, basically is what I'm saying, because the easy stuff is going to be cake for her, so you got to make her work if she's going to make some saves out there. So I think those three things definitely can be the big factors into winning this game. The Houston Dash have gone above and beyond on my expectations for this tournament. I'm not saying that I had anything negative about them. It's just the fact that this was practically a brand new team, and for them to be able to work as hard as well as they have been, I think this is a team. I like what I'm seeing from the Dash. They're grinding it out. It's kind of crazy that this team kind of does give me vibes of that 2006 and 2007 Houston Dynamo team. Not trying to talk about Dynamo right now, but I'm just saying it's a very grinded out team, and I think that that's something to note about them. But I mean, just this team is special, and I think if they're able to finish it strong and get that cup, and they're doing it for the city of Houston. Obviously, Rachel Daly's already said that, but this would be big. At least for the fact of the first official organized sports league to start during this whole pandemic, to start and to honestly go run really smoothly. Not really many issues happen. It's great to say. Now, you guys, I highly recommend you guys take the time and watch the Houston Dash. Give these girls the love and respect that they deserve. You can catch them on Sunday, July 26th. At 11:30 a.m. Central Time on CBS. It is on CBS. This is going to be on a national broadcast. 11:30 a.m. but still, it's on a national broadcast. I think that make sure you guys go and watch it. I think it's gonna be a very good game. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I think the story behind this game is gonna be really interesting to follow. But yeah, let's just go ahead and watch the Houston Dash compete in their first ever championship game, and hopefully they can make the city of Houston proud. I know I'm proud of them already, but let's see if they can get the rest of the city of Houston behind them. So that's all I really got, man. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys drop a like, comment, tell me how you guys feel about this tournament so far. Have you been pleasantly surprised? What's your take from this tournament, and what's your take from the NWSL overall? Tell me how you guys feel about the Houston Dash and all that good stuff. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but make sure you guys subscribe to Saucy Sports TV so you guys can keep getting more content on the other teams in H-Town, and click on that notification bell so you'll be notified when we drop videos like this and when we do our live streams every Tuesday and Thursday around 6 p.m. Central Time. If you guys want more of a interaction with guys from the Roundtable and other Discord members, make sure you guys join the Patreon, sign for that $5 tier, and it'll put you in the Discord so you guys can talk to us, and we'll do some stuff during game days and stuff like that. So make sure you guys, if you guys want that, make sure you guys join the Discord by going into the Patreon. Make sure you guys follow us on all our social media platforms. So on Twitter and Instagram, it's Saucy Sports HTX, and on our Facebook group, Saucy Sports. So that's all I really got for this video, man. Chucking up a deuce. Y'all stay saucy and go Dash.
Perfect.